welcome back to 52 Weeks of Beauty. Today's video is going to be about tape-in hair extensions and answering the question, do they damage your hair or do they ruin your hair? That sort of thing. I don't have any tape-ins in right now because I want to show you my hair and kind of, later in the video I'll show you that. And I also have a video that I took outside that my fiance did of me like in the sunlight and everything so you could really see my hair and all through it and everything, so I can talk about breakage and damage and all of those things that might be a question for you. So a real quick story is last night was a rough night for me. I had a girl that had really left me like amazing feedback on, Miss Flirty Hair Extensions. She had ordered a pack of hair a couple months ago or maybe a month ago, and she just was raving and raving about it. It was so sweet and wrote like the nicest like feedback comment ever. And then last night it was like attack mode and I feel like I was virtually bullied. And my spirit feels broken right now and I feel really sad. So I don't want that to happen to anyone else. I want to kind of tell you what happened to her and then, in turn how it made me feel. And anyway, so last night I was out to dinner, Chili's, with Pat, and got this email from her basically like just telling me how it just went on forever, like how horrible I am, how that I have no right, I don't have a professional license for doing hair, so I have no right to tell you girls what to do, and that I caused her hair to fall out and she uses her hair for her career and now it's all my fault. It's completely destroyed. She's crying. She won't call me. She won't text me. She's like, I can't, I'm crying and my phone's off. And then she said her roommate noticed her hair was a little bit messed up, and I'm like, well, can you just borrow your roommate's phone? Like, let me help you. Like, I will talk you through this. And I went through the whole thing, like, we lose about 200 hairs a day. And then she's telling me I'm clueless. That's not true. And I sent her a thing from like a doctor. We do lose 50 to 200 hairs a day. And she's like, see, that's not 200. And it was just like this whole thing back and forth. And I was like, okay, I just meant like there's potential for that. And so she took a picture of the hair that fell out. She had her hair in for 5 weeks. Okay, so she didn't want me to share the emails with you because I asked her if it'd be okay, because I thought that would be nice so I could help other people out. And I'm sure maybe because she was upset and she said some things, she didn't want exact words to be out there. But she said she's going to leave her own mean comments all over. So whatever. I mean, I would rather just be honest. Like, let her, if she wants to leave those mean comments, fine. I just want to like get to the bottom of it so we could help other people out, because these things never happen to me, So anyway, this is her hair. And again, this is it, if she had crumpled it up like I did in my shower video, when I have it all spread out, it looks a little bigger too. But this is over 5 weeks, and I saw a picture of her on something else, and I only saw this from like this part of her hair down, and it's really thick. It's short, but it's thick. Her hair is way thicker than mine. So she's saying things like, now I know why your hair is so thin and you have no hair, and all of this was awful. Like, I'm telling you, like, I'm heartbroken right now. So real quick on what she said she did is she said when she used the C22 solvent, which is just like an orange oil. It is the most popular adhesive remover that Walker Tape makes. They told me that. I actually talked to a sales rep from Walker Tape last night on the phone. And C22 is just an oil-based remover. It takes some time for it to work, and there's a lot of oil and adhesive left in your hair after you use that. The reason I liked Weft Release is because it has a little bit of alcohol and a little bit of oil I talked about before, so that alcohol that's in there actually helps get rid of some of that adhesive a little bit too, so you don't have a lot left over in your hair. She said as soon as she got in the shower and shampooed her hair, which I'm hoping she conditioned first, because that's what I say to do. Don't shampoo first, condition. But she said when she shampooed, all the hair just fell out. And she didn't even have to do anything to it. It just fell out, which I don't know how that's true. You've seen when I get in the shower, your hair has that stickiness in it. Like, nothing is going to come out until you take that fine-tooth comb through it. But again, if she has super thick hair, maybe, I don't know if she brushed it when she took used the C22. And that oil's great. It's not a bad product. It's just your cleanup time's going to be a little worse. And speaking of, like, now I'm catching her writing this, like, right as she is, like, right after she took out the hair. So here's my experience, what happened to me recently. I actually had my hair extensions in longer than normal. It was like probably 6 to 7 weeks, my tape-ins. And what happens, okay, is the first day I didn't have my baking soda in my shower. So I was like, oh my goodness, I did the conditioner part. I did, you know, all that. But then I was like, oh, I don't have any baking soda up here. Whatever, I'll just shampoo it and then I'll condition again and then I'll, you know, get out. Well, my hair was like really just kind of flat. It was kind of, you know, pieces were still kind of stuck more on my scalp and, you know, places, and it wasn't like super movable and flowy. And so I was like, well, I know I'm going to wash it again. But once I washed it the second time with that baking soda and apple cider vinegar that I love so much, it was insane different. So I'm not sure that she used those products. Like I said, she wouldn't get on the phone with me and I couldn't help her anymore. And she pretty much just told me to leave her alone and all of that. And yeah, it's just really sad. I just, you know, she was such a sweet girl to begin with and said such amazing things, and it's just, I don't want her to feel that way. I'm not a pro. I never said I was. I'm just a girl. It's like, here, this is what I do. Maybe if you girls have hair like mine or you love hair extensions, maybe this technique will work for you. That's it. I'm not a pro. I'm not saying this will work for everybody. Of course I'm not. I wish it would. I love it, and I want you guys to love it too. So anyway, I'm trying to think of the other things. Oh, so after I put in the, after I, you know, did a third time of washing my hair was like this. Okay, so I'll show you. So this is my natural hair, and I have a little video I'll put in too, but I don't have like bald spots. I don't have breakage. I don't have any of that stuff. When she says, I don't even know if you guys can like see me or hear me right now. My back is to you, so I'll wait till I turn around. But when she says that, okay, hold on. When this girl said that she's going to be bald in a few months if she kept continuing to do this, I don't agree. I think right now her hair has a little bit of adhesive, and once it gets out, she's going to be like, oh my gosh, my hair's back to normal. So when her roommate's like, oh, what happened to your hair? I mean, yeah, if you saw me the day after I took my extensions out after 6 or 7 weeks, it's going to be a little bit more matted down. It's going to look thinner too. So I don't know. She even said to me she only did a couple rows. So, and she's used tape-in extensions before from another brand and had no problem. So I don't know. This Walker tape isn't that it's not meant for tape-ins. It is. It's one of the major reasons it's used. There's not very many manufacturers, tape-in adhesive manufacturers. There's not many adhesive manufacturers in the United States. They're one of the largest. They make a lot of private label tapes that are already out there for other tape-in brands too. So I just want to say that whether it's 50, whether it's 200 hairs a day over the course of 5 weeks, I know not, you know, even if you only lose 50 hairs a day, okay, you're not going to be losing those hairs that are, the hairs that's going to be, you know, trapped on that sticky part isn't 50. Maybe it's 10, maybe it's 15, maybe it's 175. I don't know how thick your natural hair is or how much you shed a day. Everybody is different. But when you comb it out and you see that come out, you're just like, oh my gosh, it is, it's frightening. It's a little bit like, ah! But it's not any big deal. It just happened all at once, you know? So say you never did tape-ins, but you just, you know, one day someone handed you a shoebox and was like, here, I've collected all the hairs that you've dropped and that were in your brush and in your drain over the last 5 weeks. And you open that up and you would be like, looks about the same, you know? And it's like, nobody wants to see that. That's not something you see in any other situation. I told, in other videos, I said, you know, if you get your tape-ins done, so my camera battery died, but when you know, put your hair back in that sink and they take the tape-ins out and they comb out the residue, you know, you don't see what's in the sink either. And if you are like a hair person that does hair, then maybe you can relate to this. So, I mean, the whole thing just breaks my heart. And the memory battery was gone again, or the memory was full. Okay, so anyway, what I was saying is like the whole thing just breaks my heart. I don't want this to happen to anybody else. I don't want to keep, you know, just push this under the rug like, oh my gosh, that happened to you. Don't ever talk about it. No, talk about it. Like if you leave comments out there, please, I encourage you girls to go read them because it's like, I don't want that to happen to anyone else. And I don't think that that is, you know, how it goes. And I really hope in a couple days when her hair is back to normal and the you know, adhesive is out that she's just like, oh wait, everything looks fine. I hope, you know, I really do. And, you know, I would definitely recommend not ever combing your hair out with that adhesive in it with just shampoo. So, you know, I don't know if she did that either. I don't know, again, like I said. So, the other thing where she said like, oh, that's why you have no hair and that's why you have thin hair and all of that. I think my hair's been growing since I've been doing tape-ins. And I mentioned it in an Instagram photo too before. My fiance has noticed as well. And he even said last night in the car, because he was part of this whole thing, I couldn't even hang out with him after that. I was just so distraught. I was just like up here in my suite, writing this girl back and forth. And I was just so sad. I woke up today feeling just so awful and horrible. The last thing in the world I want to do is like ruin somebody's hair. Like, what? Like that? No, I don't want to do that at all. And I just hate that she couldn't talk to me about it. I still hate it. I just, I hope she's okay and I hope it all is fine for her. So, but my hair, and I've had girls come in here too, like, oh, you've been wearing hair extensions for so many years. Why don't you just grow your hair long instead? And I'm like, okay, my hair is really thin. It's not because of tape-ins. It's been that way since I was a little girl. It's just thin, and my mom's hair is thin, and my brother's hair is thin. So we have really thin hair. My dad has amazing hair, you know, but we didn't get that gene for whatever reason. We all have my mom's hair, and it's just was always really thin. And the only time it's ever looked a little bit nicer is when I did nothing to it. I got it cut real short one time in college, and I let it all natural color just grow, and it got to about here, and it was like as good as it could be, I guess. It was still thin, but it was at least one length, and I didn't have any layers in it. I didn't have any color on it, but I don't want this color hair for my life. Like, I don't want that every day. That's not, I feel better being blonder, and it just makes me feel better. So I color my hair. Because I color my hair it breaks, and I know that. And so now I've started like not coloring like from here down. I'm just going to be highlighting the top and low lighting the top, and I'm just going to try to grow my hair out that way. I've been doing coconut oil at night and things like that. But I wanted to put this out there, and I hope that, you know, this never ever happens to anyone else. And if you guys have any bad experiences, please let me know. If you can call me, talk to me. Usually if you write me and say help, I'll give you my phone number. We can chat. If you have good experiences, leave it below. If you have a solution for what's going to help, you know, get the adhesive out a little bit easier, a little bit shorter time. Like, just so you know, I talked to the sales rep last night at Walker Tape, and they are making a shampoo that's about to be launched in the next few weeks that has some sort of property in it that works so well. Like, I think it's kind of gonna have the baking soda or the apple cider vinegar or something in it that I'm sure they figured out along the way. It just makes it a lot easier, so you can just use that and it just gets everything out within one wash is what they're saying, not 3. So as soon as that's out, I'll let you know. He also said instead of baking soda, Dawn liquid soap, like, you know, for when you do clean pots and pans in the sink from all those commercials. I think Dawn, you know how they, in the commercial, it breaks the grease away and it goes away. I think it probably does that with the adhesive. I haven't tried it. I'm just saying that's what they told me, but the manufacturer that makes the tape said that's a good tip. So I'm passing it on to you in advance in case you'd like to try that too. So like I said, if you have any good or bad or neutral feedback, leave it in a comment below. I'm not a pro. I didn't even try to do this. My website is 52 Weeks of Beauty. I was just going to do different, like, you know, reviews and tutorials, but I love hair, and I talked about the tape-in. I had no idea that, you know, so many people would be interested in that. It just got to be just a big topic on this channel, and I want to be able, if you girls want to hear about that, I want to help you, and I want to talk about it more, and if I have anything that can help you, I'm good or bad, I'm going to share it with you. So my heart goes out to that girl. I'm so sorry if you're watching this that this happened to you, and I really, really hope that everything's just fine and you just a little bit overwhelmed by seeing all the hair at once in your shoebox in your hand. And I hope that it's not really anything more than that. And so now I'm going to show you the video that my fiance took outside of my hair in the sunlight just to show you again. And yeah, and I'm gonna go, and hopefully I'm gonna cheer up because I'm feeling a little down.